Today on Community Cooking, we have guest chef Ann Apra back on our show. We're making zucchini pasta with lime, basil, and ginger. And then to wash it down, we're making a homemade lemonade. You won't want to miss this. We're cooking with some of the best chefs right here in our own community. So grab a seat, get comfortable. We have another great show for you. This is your Community Cooking. Hello and welcome to Community Cooking. I am your host, Jeff Kawakami. I'm here with my friend and chef Ann Apra.
Hi, Jeffrey.
Thank you for being here.
My pleasure.
So today we're making zucchini pasta with lime and basil and ginger,
Yes.
and then we're going to make a cool lemonade to pair with this.
Correct.
All right.
We're using similar ingredients to that too,
Which
which
is
is great
smart.
for your budget, right?
Yeah, it's a one-stop shop.
Exactly. And the flavor profiles, which, you know, we love to have similar with similar, and then you inject a little something else, like a little tartness or whatever or crunch to get the umami factor up.
Umami.
I love umami.
Yes, so we have wonderful farmer's market zucchini.
We do.
Yes.
From the Torrance Farmers Market. I like to use organic because then you have less of a chance of pesticides.
Absolutely.
And all that. Then we're more likely to use the rind, which has more nutrients and more flavor and more fiber. And we all need a little more fiber in our diet. Am I right?
Yes, we do. So what other ingredients do you have for us?
Okay, so for our meatless dish, we have soybeans. That's our other protein into this. It is edamame soybeans, which I lightly steamed out of the shell with just a pinch of salt just to bring the brightness and flavor into it.
Nice.
Oh, thank you. And we have some ginger, beautiful fresh ginger root. We've got some red pepper flakes. We've got a blend of turmeric and a little cumin, just to add a little fun to it.
I love that.
We have some grapeseed oil for this particular dish because it's a little bit lighter. You can use olive oil if you want. You can use sesame oil. You can use peanut oil. You can use canola, whatever you want. Coconut oil is fun too. But it's completely up to you.
Absolutely.
To that, we're also going to add a little bit of garlic, which we're going to saute while we bloom the spices. And our final, which is our first ingredient to begin with, are sesame seeds. I have blonde and black sesame seeds just for the look.
Oh, yeah, it's a great color.
Exactly. And they're fun, and they've got some tooth to it.
Yeah,
you know?
texture.
Texture. We love
It's very
texture.
important. Well, sometimes zucchini pasta, if you cook it properly, still has a little crunch to it.
Absolutely.
You don't want it to be soggy.
No,
Yeah.
no. You're so right. And
Yeah.
I know that we've got lots of gadgets.
We have lots of gadgets.
Should we start that while these are toasting? It only takes a few minutes, but and I'll keep my eye on it. I know you brought some fun toys.
I brought a few things. Okay, now this is the inexpensive one and the expensive one, and you have your
Very inexpensive one.
very inexpensive.
It's like a vegetable peeler, but it has a little bit of a groove to it.
Okay.
And so it actually creates the pasta-like, and it makes it a little bit thinner, so this actually will cook a lot quicker.
Okay.
But I'm tempted to see what you've got there.
Well, are we going to have like a little spiralize off?
Let's have
Is that
a
what's gonna happen?
spiralize off. I like it. So
Okay.
this is, they're close to toasting, so I'm going to pull them off the heat so I
you
don't
don't wanna
burn
burn 'em?
them. I do not want to burn them. I'll put them in this when they cool off a tiny bit.
I've done that so many times.
Right? All right, so here we go. We'll get rid of the
Cut it in half.
caps. Oh, see, now I'm going long for mine.
Well, all right. Ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Ready? I'll get you
All
set and go. One. And this guy is great because all you do is
This
you
guy
just
isn't
keep
working at
rotating.
all.
Oh, no. The expensive one. And you said that was like $60?
That was here. Okay.
That's crazy. All
Now
right,
this is
try
the
14.
inexpensive one.
Oh, my.
I got this for like $14, I think.
Wow. Oh,
Well,
that's great.
Clearly, it was a waste of my money on the other one.
Well, I think without the zucchini off, maybe
Yeah.
you would have been a little more willing and more.
I feel like zucchini off is how people get hurt.
Let's not hurt people.
No.
So I'm going to get one more, and we'll just do a couple, I think. And you'll notice here, I'm just really going for the beautiful, the skin and some of the flesh. Maybe I'll do it 3 or 4 times around. And then I use the rest of the zucchini, and I saute it up. I put it in soups. I add it to egg scrambles. Nothing gets wasted.
No waste.
You can
I love
juice
that.
it if you wanted to.
Make it into muffins.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Now you got an idea. Then I use a food processor. Okay, and that's about it. And guess what? I think I have enough to make our dish.
Yeah.
All right, so I think I won.
I think-
I
I
clearly
feel like-
won. I feel like
I
I
think
won.
you clearly won.
Yes.
Considering you did 2 zucchinis and I did 1.
Oh, that's
But-
okay. This is the skins are pretty hard on.
I
this.
did have a little bit, you know.
You did
a
but you had
mechanical
to.
error.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm just going to put these guys. This is going to be our finish, our garnish, because they've already been cooked, making a nice mess. and I'll put it back on the heat. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start blooming our spices, which you're very familiar with that, aren't you, Jeffrey?
Yes. Well, when you have dried spices, a lot of them actually are, the flavors are oil soluble.
Yes.
So that's why it's good to bloom them, because you get all that. They've been dried. They've been sitting there, like, waiting to be used.
They're begging for love.
Yeah, they need to be woken up with a little bit of oil and heat.
Exactly. And this is a non-stick, which I love a non-stick. It's less work in the long run.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start with blooming some of my red chili pepper flakes. That's an option. If you don't like a lot of heat, don't use them. It's all good. I don't mind.
We both love the heat.
We do love the heat. Bring on the heat, bring on the noise. And this, again, I've already blended both of the turmeric and the cumin. So I'm just going to sprinkle it in there and give it a couple of moments to bloom.
Yeah.
And I think I'll add a little bit of fresh cracked pepper, because who doesn't like a little pepper? It just adds another little bit of heat to that, and maybe just a pinch of salt, just because I like that.
Yeah, well, also, this dish doesn't cook for very long, so you really want to give those flavors a time to really
impart.
Develop.
Into that oil, which is nice. You can see it's not even smoking yet, so which is great. I don't want too high of a heat because I don't want to burn my my oil. And to that, I'm going to add a couple of smashed garlic cloves. What do you think, 2 or 3? What do you feel today?
3.
Let's do 3.
Yeah.
You could do 3 to 5. You could do a whole clove or a whole bulb. It's your dish. It's your kitchen. Make yourself happy.
Isn't this cute? I think we should still eat that.
Oh,
it looks like a little rotini.
Adorable.
Right?
Wow, that worked pretty well.
Huh.
Well, not the big one. And the big one, like you said, you spent almost $60 on. So that just goes to show you with gadgets, it's subjective.
Yeah.
Maybe it doesn't work for you, but somebody else may love it.
Exactly.
It's all good. I will stick with my little $2.
Well, I noticed with yours, it's the zucchinis aren't as long.
No.
With this one, I'm going to give it a little rough chop because sometimes the noodles are too long.
Ah, okay.
And you don't want to choke someone.
No, no. We want to choke them with delicious flavor, but not to actually kill them. All right, I'm going to kick up the heat.
You're loving my vote.
Or else. Love it or else. All right, so this is nicely bloomed. You can tell because the oil is changed colors.
And I can smell it.
Yes,
it
and the
smells
garlic's
beautiful.
starting to come through. And you don't have to overcook a lot of this, which I love. You know, I don't mind having, again, a little bit of the toothiness of the garlic if it has a little bit of a crunch to it. That's okay with me.
Yes. So
let's
where
see.
does the ginger and the lime come into play?
Oh, you know what? That's a great idea. Why don't I prep my ginger? I'll let you catch up real quick because you're going to do a rough chop.
Yeah.
I think I'll just take this off the heat. So our ginger root we love. We need about 2 inches of it or so. So you know this trick, right? You just use the side of a spoon, and it comes right off. Exactly, comes off right away. You don't have to cut it and waste all that extra goodness, but you don't want to eat the skin. You know, the peel is not. I don't think there's any nutritional value, at least for me. Now, if you juiced it, sure, why not? Because you'll still extract some of the good stuff from it.
Well, there's a lot of pulp that's in ginger that you're going to get.
Pulp fiction. Okay, so I'm just going to do a coarse chop, nice and thin. I just basically want to extract a lot of flavor out of this. And again, I don't mind a little texture. So I'm just going to do like a little julienne, and I might do another one around. And I'll toss this in after I put in the pasta. All right, thank you for bringing that back. Let's put it back on the heat. And are you happy with how your pasta is?
I am.
That's a lot of pasta. And that was all 3.
That was all 3, yeah.
All right, should have brought a bigger pan.
It's going to wilt down slightly.
You bet it will.
Yeah.
All right, I'll just grab it, and I'm going to add it to it.
Oh, see what I'm talking about, those long noodles?
Yeah, wow. All right, let's start with this. And I'll get this going. I'm just going to start blending some of these flavors together. I'm going to let it coat a little bit before I add in the rest of our ingredients because I want this just to wilt down a little. The edamame have already been steamed, so they're cooked.
So just going to heat them through.
Exactly, and just kind of blend all these nice flavors.
And would you like me to chiffonade some basil for you?
Let's do that. Would you chiffonade it? Just
Absolutely.
That would be lovely. Okay. This looks nice.
So for those of you who don't know what a chiffonade is, you're just basically taking these leaves, going to stack them up flat. It's a very classic technique.
I love it. I call it rolling them up like a cigar.
Yeah, you roll it up like a cigar. Just make a nice chiffonade.
Yeah, nice, long, smooth strokes so you get those light
little ribbons.
Yes, exactly, ribbons, which is perfect for this dish because we have zucchini ribbons that we're cooking.
It's almost like we themed it.
Exactly. Now I'm going to add a little bit of zest from a lime because I love the flavor profile of the lime and the basil and the ginger. And I even have some mint there. I thought that might be kind of fun to add a little bit as a garnish at the very end. So I don't want to cook down the mint because it's got that bright flavor.
Absolutely. Well, mint and, because this is Thai basil right here.
It sure is.
Mint and Thai basil together are such a wonderful combination.
They're cousins, aren't they?
Oh, yeah, they're so fragrant. And like when I make spring rolls, I always chop up cilantro, Thai basil, and mint.
Oh, my God.
And I always add those because it just gives like such a fresh burst. I know some people don't like cilantro, but...
Yeah, I love it. And there is already cumin in this, so I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I love cumin too.
I'm going to just do a couple of garnishes for when we dish up. And I'm going to take my have you ever used these wonderful little... Reamers, exactly. Yeah. I love these because when you have lime, there's usually not seeds in them. Even the organic ones, you're usually pretty lucky without that. So I find I can use that instead of my other handy-dandy gadgets. This is the gadget show.
No, I love this thing too. If you don't have one of these are really good. Yeah. They really do work very well.
They sure do. All right, so this is smelling really great. The flavors are bright. I'm about ready for that basil to add to it. Look, it's already beautifully wilted down. It's got that nice color of the turmeric. Turmeric is so good for you. And I like to call these dishes that I make that are vegetarian, I call it Meatless Monday. But it can be any day of the week.
Well, this is what I like to call like accidental vegan. Like we're not trying to make a vegan dish. It just happens to be vegan. Yeah. And it's delicious too.
Absolutely. And say if you didn't want, like if you're not eating soy, a lot of people have a sensitivity to soy, you can certainly add or take away the edamame and add in another protein.
Absolutely.
Maybe you want chicken in it or some shrimp.
Yeah, or you could add some other bean and maybe a grain, like corn or something.
Absolutely.
You know, grain and legumes are perfect protein.
That's right. That's right. Okay, that is, I think, so ready.
Okay.
Oh, and it's got the juices. See, we didn't add a lot of liquid to it. It was just a little bit of olive oil, but look at all that gorgeous sauce that it made on its own.
Yeah, because zucchini is just full of liquid. That's also why you don't want to overcook it, because it will get mushy.
Yes, and that would be just a crime. So how hungry are you, Jeffrey? Look at all that.
That actually looks like a great sized portion right there.
All right, just twirl it a little so it looks pretty.
Yeah. Always a little twist, right?
The little twist. It's all in the wrist.
Yeah.
It's all in the wrist. Would you pull a few pieces of mint off of there for me?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Thank you. I'll just take a small one, a little twist, nice and high, and maybe I'll dig up a couple of these beautiful edamame to put on top. Oh, look at that.
Wonderful.
Wow. And then we'll garnish this with some of our lime wedges, and of course that fresh mint. Which, are you going to do the little trick where you spank it and bring all the oils out into it? Yeah.
All right, so just put it in here.
Boom.
Smack.
And then you smell it. Oh, it's like heaven.
It's on my hands.
Gorgeous. So there's a little lime wedge. That's a part of our garnish. And you see, we zested the outside, but we're not going to waste the fruit. We're going to use it, of course.
Well, yeah, there's still plenty left in there.
Plenty of juice. That is absolutely beautiful. I cannot wait to eat.
It smells so great. Well,
Yum.
I think we need to clean up a little bit.
Yes, definitely.
But don't go anywhere, because we have an amazing lemonade when we get back. So stick where you are. You're watching Community Cooking.
Palm trees, coastline, craft brews. Yep, this is Southern California. But this is Torrance. Have you ever driven to a whole other city just for a bowl of ramen? Because if you haven't, that's about to change. Have you ever been to a beach that feels so much like your own private beach that you're like, where has this been all my life? Welcome, my friends, to Torrance Beach. So private, you hadn't even heard of it. Have you ever been to a mall that had literally 2.7 million square feet of shopping? Run, don't walk to Del Amo Fashion Center. And get this, Torrance is the actual epicenter of the South Bay's craft brew industry. I guess you could say the brews are just craftier here. We also have a farmer's market that's just as much about the people as it is about the food. And even our museum scene is the best of the South Bay. All this just 15 minutes from LAX. You'll come for the city, stay for the experience, and leave as a friend. So, are you in?
Welcome back to Community Cooking. If you're just joining us, I'm your host, Jeff Kawakami, and today we have our guest, Apra. So we just made some amazing zucchini noodles that had basil, ginger, lime, and edamame. And now we were saying that that's it's not vegan. Well, it's vegan, but it was like accidental vegan. Like we're not trying to make vegan food. We're just making delicious food.
Delicious food that could be a side dish. It could be the entree.
Absolutely.
Whatever. And it's gluten-free too.
Gluten-free.
Gluten-free, dairy-free, flavorful.
Still delicious.
Still delicious.
All right, and now this homemade lemonade is going to go pair with that dish.
It sure is.
So we're using some of the same elements. So tell me what you have here.
Exactly. Why waste food?
Exactly.
Right? In fact, so much so, our star ingredient, of course, is lemons. I used the zest for this for another dish, and I figured why not just recycle the lemons. They've already been rolled, so they should have that brightness of juice anyway, so that could be an easy fix. We're going to make a simple syrup, which I used raw organic cane sugar, so it comes across as a little darker. This is what this is. It's a finished product.
Beautiful color.
On the recipe that we have attached, I have a recipe how to proceed to make a simple syrup. It's very simple. To this,
Simple syrup.
Simple syrup. And what I love about it is you can keep it in the fridge for up to 2 weeks, maybe even a little longer if you don't have herbs in it.
Yes.
So I would recommend if you were going to save a steeped simple syrup, drain out all of the herbs out of it first.
Okay.
And that way you don't have the problems.
Yeah, because then they won't start molding. There's enough sugar to stop bacteria from growing.
Exactly.
But if you have plant matter in there,
Yes. It's same thing with garlic and olive oil. You want to keep that refrigerated because it will start getting, start growing bacteria.
Botulism toxin, yeah.
Ooh, not good. Unless you want a little Botox. Well, that's another story. Okay, so then I have ginger, and we use the fresh mint in this to steep, and it's already been cooled and ready to go.
Beautiful.
You can also steep with other herbs. In fact, in my garden, my organic garden at home, I pitched some extra fresh mint. I've got lavender, and I have some gorgeous rosemary. So get playful with it. It's your lemonade, Jeffrey. Make it the way you want to.
Well, I'm going to start by cutting lemons.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Perfect. And since we've already gotten our simple syrup done, I think I'll go ahead and start getting rid of our the herbs out of this, just like I said. And I love using this. It's a wonderful strainer. I know it has lots of fun names. My father used to call it the Pope's nose.
Oh, that's funny. The Pope's. I've never heard that.
The Pope's nose because of its shape. It's funny, but old school. There's a better name. I'm just going blank right now. What it's called? Do you remember what it's called?
Well, I know the finer mesh ones are chinois.
Oh, chinois.
Or like a China cap.
Yes, That's at China Cap.
Yeah.
They all have their fun names.
Exactly.
All right, so we only need a little bit of this. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pour about half of it back.
All right.
And that way we know we can add more. If you want more sweetness, add some more simple syrup. If you want a little more brightness, add more citrus.
Totally customizable.
Exactly.
And I got a few seeds in here, so
that's
you're going
all right,
to want to drain this.
because we're going to use this big guy again.
We're going to use the Pope's nose.
That's right, the Pope's nose. Now, if you're having this during the summer and maybe it's too hot to have just such the heavy sweetness of this, you can brighten it up with a little bit of sparkling water or charged water.
Beautiful.
All right, so I'm going to add, that's plenty. I'm going to add about a cup or so. So you seem to be right on the nose. On the
Pope's nose.
Hey-oh. All right, so that's in there just like that. And I'm going to add a little bit of water, and we'll add some ice to it at the very end. But we're going to do a taste test.
Okay.
So let's start with this. Look for the color. Oh, it smells great. Oh, you can smell all the herbs.
Oh, I love that.
All right, let's do a quick little taste test just to make sure we like it. There you go. Would you like more brightness, more sweetness? And imagine it'll be cold, so it'll be a little more flavorful.
I think a little bit more sweetness.
Okay, very good.
You know
You're
what?
a sweet guy.
One more lemon too.
Okay, let's do it.
Let's do it all.
Perfect.
Punch it up.
So this had a little seed in it, so we'll make sure that doesn't get it. And I'll plop a little more in here. And because it's so fine meshed, I find if you use the back of a spoon to just kind of push all the pulp through the holes, you can see there's a lot more in there that didn't get through.
And that's what's the beauty of this is you're customizing it.
Exactly.
And that's what I like about making your own lemonade as opposed to buying it. You know how much sugar you put in here.
Yeah.
You know where your ingredients are coming from. I'm catering a party later on in the week, and this woman is allergic to propylene glycol.
Oh my.
And apparently that's in a lot of things.
You.
I know, right? But if you make stuff yourself, you don't have to worry. Like your guests can be like, oh, well, I can't have this, I can't have that. Well, you know exactly what you put in there.
Right, and then you can honestly answer the questions in case there's allergies. There's a lot of allergies out there these days.
Yeah. Well, also, propylene glycol. That's very specific.
That is very specific. That's something you don't hear every day. Say that 10 times fast. Don't right now, really.
Oh, I can't.
May I have some ice, Jeffrey?
Let me get some ice.
We'll dish on up, so to speak. What kind of garnish would you like in yours?
Ooh.
I know. We have so many choices. We could do a little lemon. That's always fun. Could do a quick lemon wheel. May I borrow your knife? Or actually, let me do that. You're a bartender as well.
Yes.
Would you kindly, let's do wheels with the little slice down the side so we can make it pretty, which is lovely to have when you have guests over.
Yes.
You can make it festive. Now, you can also, if this was a happy hour and you wanted to invite friends over who like to imbibe, you can add a little bit of vodka to it, turn it into a hard lemonade.
Or a little bit of gin.
Or
you know,
gin, yeah.
Gin is very popular right now.
Yes.
There's a lot of like new gins
bourbon,
coming up.
all that stuff. Moscow Mules.
Yeah, Lynchburg lemonade.
Ah, there you go.
Yeah.
Lynchburg lemonade.
Yeah.
Name dropping. Okay,
Bourbon.
I think for mine, I'm going to add a little lavender garnish because it just sounds fun, and mint.
I am loving this Thai basil. It
Ah,
smells so
perfect.
good.
Wonderful. Gorgeous.
Stick that right in
Oh,
there.
that's beautiful.
Oh, yeah,
Wow.
with the purple.
Oh, you know how to do it.
Yeah.
All right.
This is gorgeous. Well,
Yes.
I think we need to clean ourselves up over here.
Yes.
And then when we get back here, we're going to taste all the delicious things Ann made for us today. So don't go anywhere. You're watching Community Cooking.
Humans have been gathering around fires, sharing stories for centuries. It appears these hot ashes are about to be dumped, which could possibly start a wildfire.
Oh my God! Bear!
Wait just a minute. Is that the Smokey Bear?
He scared us.
How will Smokey deal with such a hot situation? Precisely. The garden hose defense. Next, a thorough stir. Then another spray. And finally the true test. Feeling if the ashes are cool. It looks like they are. Bravo.
Wait, do you mind if we could just...
Ah yes,
really quick?
the selfie. A ritual practiced so frequently with this tribe. But not so much by Smokey Bear.
Just 1 second. Smokey, wait.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Welcome back to Community Cooking. I'm here with my friend, Chef Ann Apra, and we made some delicious food today. I'm very excited about eating this. So we have our beautiful zucchini noodles
Yes.
with lime,
Yes.
ginger, basil,
Uh-huh.
and then to accompany that, this delicious lemonade
Yes.
that also has ginger and basil. And what else did you put in there?
We put simple syrup that
Simple
was
syrup.
infused
Yes.
with the mint and the basil and the ginger.
The mint, that's
So
what
it's
I
got
left out.
lots of wonderful flavors.
But we garnished this with mint. So
We did. So everything's
It
in
all-
a blend.
it all
go
ties
to the
in.
market one time, the wonderful farmer's market.
one and done shop.
One and done.
Yeah.
I love that. And we put edamame in there, but you might be inspired by something else at the farmer's market to add to it. May I garnish with our
Yes,
toasted?
please.
Okay, they're nice and cool now. And remember, this dish can be either room temp, or you can serve it hot right off the pan. So I'm gonna
Beautiful.
add a little bit of lime to mine because you know I'm a big fan of lime.
Little squeeze of lime.
Ah, you just can't get enough. Oh, and we added a little lime zest too, didn't we? We're just as full. I thought
Oh,
it would
yeah.
be fun to add chopsticks into it with my little Asian bowl.
I love these little Asian bowls.
Aren't
They're
they
super
fun?
cute. Yeah.
And it's like a one bowl dish.
You got everything in there. You have your protein, your
Yep.
vegetables.
Look at that. Oh, and it might be a little messy to eat, which I love.
It's gonna be messy, but
Here we go.
It's delicious.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Cheers. That is good. Very citrusy with the lime. I wanted to add crushed peanuts and really tie it up. Wouldn't that be fun? Crushed peanuts.
Really tie it up.
Hey-oh.
I know.
Tie it together
Mhm.
with a
No.
pretty a zucchini bow.
It's really good. What I like, the zucchini is still crunchy.
Yes.
It's fully cooked, but it's still crunchy. You have a little bit of heat from the pepper, the crushed red peppers.
Yeah,
The lime really does add a dimension to it.
it sure does. Boy, it really
Yeah, it's
very
really
tart
good.
and yummy.
Very tasty.
I almost would want to put just a pinch more of a chili flake on top, just to bring a
Oh.
little more heat. I love a lot of heat.
I'm with you.
But the
yeah.
garlic, I can taste it too. So,
It's
like
delicious.
each bite is better and better.
Yeah.
I will just keep eating, so I'll put it away. For the
Well, we have to
moment.
try our beautiful lemonade.
Yes.
Yeah, now I chose the Thai basil because I love it. And it's also, when you have it right here, you're smelling it. So you're also
Yes.
getting the flavor and the aroma.
You're eating with your eyes and all the other senses as well. I chose my organic mint and my organic rosemary skewer.
That's nice. It's very refreshing.
That is delicious.
Yeah.
I steeped it again with the ginger and the mint and the basil, so it has a lot of flavor already in it. You can add more or less if you want.
That's really nice.
And again, you can add the bubbles to it, the charged water, if you want to make it a spritzer.
Absolutely. And also, if you wanted to make this into a cocktail.
Yes.
Especially because craft cocktails are all the rage right now.
Oh,
Everyone
yes.
has their,
That's
bourbon
right.
kits and, their, like, bathtub gins.
Yes, it's so true. And remember how you did the infuse the herb into that and muddling cucumber and chili and all that fun. It's really fun.
Yeah.
Something like this with the simple syrup, you can make it and then keep it in the fridge. Remember after you take out the herbs and whatnot, it'll keep that flavor for over 2 weeks. So you can use this recipe again and again and again.
Anne, thank you so much for being here. The food was amazing. The recipes are great. Please try this at home. Thank you from the crew, myself and Anne, for joining us on this fun episode. It just goes to show you some of the best chefs really are right here in our community. We'll see you next time here on Community Cooking.
If you'd like a copy of the recipes seen on this show, send us a self-addressed stamped envelope to the Office of Cable and Community Relations. That's 3350 Civic Center Drive, Suite 200, in Torrance, California, 90503. Be sure to note the show number displayed on the screen. And don't forget you can find all the fresh ingredients used on today's show at the Farmers Market. Visit the one here in Torrance at Wilson Park. That's located at 2200 Crenshaw Boulevard. They're open every Tuesday and Saturday from 8 a.m. until 1 p.m., rain or shine. And if you'd like to be a guest on our show, email us at communitycooking@torranceca.gov and check us out online at youtube.com/TorranceCityCable and like us on Facebook at Community Cooking TV.